What's up, guys? That Really Gross Guy here. We are back, and we're going to be talking about another Warframe today, and that Warframe is going to be basically the poster boy of Warframe. Everybody knows him. Everybody loves him. Excalibur. Excalibur was one of the OG frames. He came in the original 7 when Warframe came out of alpha, came out of its closed beta, I guess you could call it. And then when it became in the public beta, people very quickly flocked to Excalibur because he is the warrior, sword-wielding badass, and I personally love Excalibur. He's my most used frame, maybe, sort of? Anyways, if you combine his regular version as well as his well, some people have the Prime version. Unfortunately, you cannot get it anymore. And then there is Excalibur Umbra, so I'm lumping all of them together in this video. But Excalibur, in his original state, was fairly different from the way he is now. Actually, very significantly different from the way he is now. I don't remember every single ability off the top of my head that he had when he first came out. However, he did have his slash dash one ability, which would, basically zoom in towards enemies and give them a good old stabbing or a slicing with his sword. And then I remember he originally had a super jump ability. This was way before parkour, 3.0 or whatever the heck it is now, 2.0, 3.0, whatever, became a thing. And he used to basically have just a really powerful jump ability as one of his abilities, which is no longer a thing because you basically have, like I said, parkour 2.0 or whatever. So that is gone. That is completely gone and out of the way. And he also had an ability which would send out these javelin. It was called Radial Javelin, and now it is still an ability, and it shoots out these swords, these spiky deals, and impales any enemies that are nearby. And isn't the most used ability and isn't the strongest ability, but it still sticks around. It used to be his ultimate, and now it is his third ability because his ultimate is much, much cooler. But he now also has a radial blind ability, which blinds nearby enemies and basically stuns them and opens them up for some finisher attacks, which in my opinion is an excellent way to build your Excalibur for some really high damaging melee finisher moves. So there's a number of ways you can build your Excalibur. One is to definitely amplify your range and use that radial blind to your advantage. Another is by playing around with his ultimate and increasing his damage output, because his ultimate is now it's an exalted blade. And the exalted states that Warframe has introduced with Excalibur is kind of a state where he pulls out this exalted weapon, which is his exalted blade, and he just goes crazy being able to deal a significant amount of damage on enemies, because not only can he strike you with the sword itself, with being close up with his melees, but it also sends out this wave of slash damage, like a ranged attack, which also can deal significant amount of damage to enemies as well. That was when this ability was introduced. That was when Excalibur received a major rework, a major overhaul, and made him a seriously fun and well-loved Warframe in this game. And then, of course, when Umbra came out, there was some little modifications which came around to Excalibur and made him probably the most adored Warframe in the game, especially by newer players. He is one of the starting frames, like I said, out of the 7. However, he is also one of the 3 options you have when you start a new game, and most people pick Excalibur, And in my personal opinion, I think he is the best of the three, at least for fun. For fun, people would argue Volt is one of the better of that choice, and if that is your play style, that is an awesome frame to also pick. But we will talk about Volt in another episode. But yeah, that is Excalibur. I'm curious if you guys are, experienced Warframe players and you played this game for quite a while. I'm curious, was Excalibur your first Warframe? And how does he hold up now? Do you still love playing around as Excalibur? And in my personal opinion, he is still one of the stronger frames in the game. And I'm curious to see if you guys also think that is the case. But that is going to be it from me, guys. Let me know. Give me in the comments, let me know your love for Excalibur. And, maybe you got some specific stuff you think is a necessity when playing around as Excalibur. Like any augments that you think are absolutely required. Or, some certain builds. Do you build for your Radial Blind, or do you build for his Exalted Blade? I'm curious. But anyways, that is going to be it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And for you newer players, maybe decided which one of the starting frames you're going to pick. Or maybe if you didn't, maybe you're going to go after Excalibur now that you know how awesome he is. So that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you guys again in the next episode. Blah!